No power until next year. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's have a look at this article from a current affair piece looking at an apartment on the Gold Coast where the residents will have no power until next year. Now, this is just crazy. I think this is going to be added to the construction playlist, but it really seems I've got a lot of videos that are scaring me out of ever buying an apartment or buying in a complex. I've just heard too many horror stories. Even if you had, and thank you to the viewer who sent this to me, this is my reply to her. I said, because she was going, I'm terrified of even getting a townhouse or a duplex. I mean, even if you had a duplex and you had this type of issue with no power, you'd get a Jenny from Bunnings for $500, sit it on your driveway, put some petrol in it, and, those evil fossilized fuels, and run your house. You could still do it. Back a few years ago when we were all going crazy, and I had $2,000 worth of meat in the fridge, I bought myself a little generator that was also an inverter, so I could run the electronics. I ended up lending it to my father-in-law because he moved off-grid out bush, and it worked wonders. I didn't need it here in the city quite yet. So let's look at this one, guys, because it is just... Can you imagine that? No electricity in your apartment. How can this happen? I mean, oh boy. So, building blackout leaves residents in luxury high-rise in the dark for weeks. You'd think calling a Gold Coast high-rise home would be luxury living. But for hundreds of residents, it's a living hell. I wouldn't think that, but I've been looking at apartment disasters, really, and issues, and just from the construction of a lot of these things. But I mean, I used to work, my first ever job was as a service cashier, not a checkout chick, in the Woolworths and Surfers Paradise. And, we'd often hire an apartment for parties, a 3-bedroom apartment for parties. And I'm just glad that in my younger days, social media and mobile phone cameras didn't exist because of the stuff we got up to. Boy, let's just say we didn't get our deposit back. Anyway, so yeah, I can appreciate living in an apartment just near the beach and surface. It'd be fantastic. They've been plunged into a building blackout and there's no power until next year. Residents of the 35-story 50 Surf Parade building in the heart of Broad Beach on the Gold Coast. I'm going to type that in here while we wait so we can look it up. Parade, Broad Beach. The Gold Coast have multi-million-dollar views to the beach. Yeah, Broad Beach isn't too bad. Residents haven't had power in their apartment for more than 2 weeks. Has he got one of the little power packs? I got to get one of those. I was asking Dave from EV Blogs for some recommendations. I've got a laser scanner, and rather than buying a dedicated battery for that, I thought I'd just get a power pack. There are more than 200 units, and half are used for a hotel. They've been left in the dark because of a freak power outage believed to be caused by a water leak. Water is the biggest problem with any construction. You'll find more often than not, the issues with buildings come about from water. We're fighting a losing battle with water. It can track up tiny little cracks and openings. You want to flash in such a way to keep water out. And this is when you're buying in an apartment, you'll get a dilapidation or defects inspection, not a defects inspection, a building and pest inspection. And will your building and pest guy, will he go up into the plant room and have a look at any of the potential damage there and the waterproofing issues there? You want to go in the plant room right at the top. You want to go down, or wherever you can, any of the services or utilities. Or you want to go down to the basement car park as well and have a look at it all. I can't sit in the house and relax. I can't read the paper unless I've got a torch, and I can't watch television. I'm swearing profusely, Brad told a current affair. Yeah, we need power. We need power. This is why this whole push for the variable renewable technology and the net zero is a bit of a joke, really. It's just going to cost more to live. I've been living with this nightmare for over 2 weeks. The lights in this apartment don't work, nor does the aircon in a sweltering summer. I mean, that would suck. And these apartments you don't have often, and I'd bet a carton in this one, you don't have adequate cross ventilation, so you can't like open up two sides of your house and have the wind blowing through to really cool it down. It's just all the AC. But by night he has no choice but to open the windows to sleep overlooking the busy Gold Coast Highway. And I can't do any washing of my clothes. I have to look for alternative arrangements. The audacity of the establishment to put a Christmas tree filled with presents when it's totally destroyed the Christmas of 200 owners. Okay, so the body corporate have put up a Christmas tree. Oh, yeah, that is rubbing it in the face, isn't it? Because I think reception still has power. It's just apartment owners. Oh, boy. So they got him there to photograph him trying to turn the TV on with no power. I mean, this is almost the meme of men live like this, you know, TV, he's got a sofa, that's it, nothing else, no other decorations or superfluous things. You know, is that an Xbox or PlayStation 5? So the body corporate can't tell residents when the high-rise hell will end. They've got to start looking after the people they're paying their body corporate fees, another resident said. They just not. They left the high and dry. Well, it takes time to get this sorted. These are complex issues. I mean, how did it get to this point? The question shouldn't be pissing on the body corporate now, get this done. It should be, how did you allow it to get to this point? What maintenance didn't the body corporate do? And are you on the body corporate to get involved? They've got to start looking after people that are paying their body corporate fees. Yep. He lives a few floors down from Brad. He forked out $1,000 for a portable solar power setup on his balcony to run a camping fridge. Yeah, I mean, could you... How would the body corporate feel if you get a Jenny and put it on your balcony? Have it running there. Oh, shit, because they're not quiet, those things. Even the quiet ones are bloody loud. My quiet bloody compressor, you know, whisper quiet. You barely hear anything. It's basically something you put in a camper trailer or on the back of a ute if you're out camping. It's glamping, yeah. Well, yeah, it is. His next-door neighbours are sweltering with a newborn baby. Power in the reception area and communal hallways aren't affected by the outage, so residents have been running extension cords, but they've been told not to for safety reasons. I mean, people get a bit bloody precious in these type of setups. Running an extension cord from a power outlet in the house into outside in there. What's the issue? Someone trips over it. Oh no, your devices get buggered because the power suddenly switches off. You could tape. You could. Well, they're going to overload them. That's probably what they're worried about. You know, power points for a few vacuums, and you've suddenly got every apartment on the floor running on it. Yeah, that's what will happen. While the residents camp, there's also huge amounts of money being lost. Owners of rental units and Airbnbs are losing thousands of dollars, and holiday reservations have been cancelled over the peak summer period. Oh, boy. Well, again, I'm saying, body corporate building maintenance. It's something that needs to be considered. And when you're in this situation with a whole bunch of other people, you've got to deal with those other people. Where if you've got your own detached house and you're going, oh, you know what, we'll hold off on that maintenance for a little bit. We'll push through. You can't do that in this environment, can you? It's like we're expecting baby number 7 any time now. We're booked in from the 29th to the 2nd for an induction. But Rachel is scary to me. It's expecting to have a home birth because it'll go so quick. So if you don't see some videos for me for a week or something over that period, you know I'm having fun. Anyway, let's hope we get to the hospital. But I went off topic again. My example there is, okay, we need a new car. We need to upgrade from the Kia to a HeiseSays to get enough seats. We're just going to hold off until we're back in this place and just make do with 2 cars. That's one example where, you can make do. But if you're an organization, a little socialist commune that's an apartment building, you all got to throw in. You can't even run an extension cord to get power going from one place to another. So apparently the ones that are booked are getting their money back, but us owners are not guaranteed that we're going to be reimbursed for alternative accommodation. And that to me seems criminal, Brad said. Steve added that he has no support from Body Corporate. They haven't even offered us a cup of tea. They don't give a shit about you. Who's managing the Body Corporate? In letters shown to a current affair, Ernst Body Corporate Management told residents it's currently estimated that power will be reinstated to the building by early January 24. Shit. Early January 2024. What's the issue? Where's the damage? How long? I mean, you've also got to remember this is the shutdown period during construction when the whole industry closes down over the holidays. We'd always get staff to take extra holidays over this period. Occasionally, we'd get projects like this end just before, a new project would appear. I remember our first big mining job that we got the indication, the verbal, yeah, you've gotten it. It's coming. It'll be next year. So we just worked over the holidays to get ahead of it. We took the risk. This is quite holiday work. Back before I don't think we kept any. We had temporary workers. Oh, no, we had one person working for us then going over it. But owners are encouraged to source temporary accommodation. I mean, here's the thing. You can't expect. Okay. Now, they're pissy at the Body Corporate. Who's going to reimburse them? Are they going to be reimbursing themselves from the Body Corporate fees for accommodation? Because it's your building, all the people in there. It's your responsibility through this management body. Anyway, it's not unknown at this stage as to whether the claim will be accepted and if reimbursement for temporary accommodation will be covered. So they put insurance in. Current Affair understands the leak which led to the outage may have been caused by an issue where water valves has been a known defect in the building. Well, okay, if it's a known defect, what is going on? Some residents have already had theirs replaced. Now the problem is working out who is responsible for funding the repairs and if it will be covered by the building's insurance. These apartments are just so bloody messy. You got to deal with all this stuff, guys. I've got another one about defects in New South Wales. How many buildings are defective? It's just crazy. We don't know when they're going to engage a contractor. Like, it's 16 days and they still haven't engaged a contractor. What the hell? Wouldn't this be emergency work? You'd get someone out straight away? Because they're fighting the insurance Oh, shit. Oh, who wants to live in an apartment after hearing these stories? I think that's what my channel is, At least from the old what is it, Marquee, Mascot Towers. I keep calling it Marquee. Mascot Towers, Opal Towers. When we started looking into that's all scared the shit out of me of getting in an apartment. I don't know about you. I hope there are repercussions for these people involved big time because it's a monumental disaster, Brad added. It's your building, mate. Who are you going to blame? The Body Corporate that you could be a part of? I mean, it's your building. You buy into this shit. You're part of the people involved. So a statement from CHU Insurance. Preliminary investigations by CHU assessors believe the water damage has been caused by an inherent problem in the construction of the building, known since December 2021, and has not been addressed. Okay, so is it a defect that the builder didn't get to? As such, inherent defects will not be covered by the insurance policy. However, in the spirit of helping the strata, we are continuing investigations to ensure the disposition is correct. Okay, so shouldn't the Body Corporate get it fixed if it's a defect? Get it fixed from the retention from the builder, unless when this building was finished. Does it pass the defects period? When was it finished? If it was, it may be too old. Hang on, let's have a look. Let's overlap this one here. So 50 Surf Parade, Broad Beach. It's Moneypenny. Is this it? Hotel Surfers Paradise, Surf Parade Resort. Okay, well, does it tell me when it was finished? Does it tell me when it was finished? I think I made who bought in one of these, and he put it up as an Airbnb. He was saying he bought an apartment, I think down in Broadbeach somewhere, and the wife was getting shitty because it was more an Airbnb than anything else. Online reservations. Here we go. Let's have a look at one of these apartments. 50 Surf Parade, Broadbeach. That's it here. I'm just checking the address. Yep, okay. It's a nice view. Nice apartments. Not going to be getting any power now. Oh, look, that's literally from the picture, isn't it? This is what he has. So he's got a stock apartment. January 2020. Okay. Oh, sorry, June 2020. So that's when this was for sale. So this building is a few years old now. It's 4 years old. So defects would be over. They should be aware of all of these things and had them addressed. Or that's a render. Are these all renders? No, that's a real photo. Or that's photoshopped. It looks good. This looks like a render. You know, that's a render. That's a render. When's it going to be completed? Oh yeah, I mean that's interesting. Okay, there's the visual. There's the reality. You gotta love the glass effects, don't you? Oh, it's not even on the beach. It's facing the shitty side. Still, you got nice views. There you go. There's your balcony. That's where you can run your generator there, right there. We're just looking at the same photos again and again. What is this? Okay, oh, here we go. We'll look at a floor plan. So here's a little two better. Now, as I was saying, you couldn't, cross ventilation. No, you can't. You don't really have two sides. But then maybe if you open this up, and this, you might get some through here if you can capture the wind. But yeah, it's going to be pretty bad. It's not going to work. Not ideal. You know, even if you had a little window here and one here, you could get something flowing through. But yeah. So, I mean, there we go. It's not bad. But if this is is that the site? November 2006. Oh, it's showing us all the photos from like forever that have been put up for this site. Okay, cool. I don't know what this is. How much are they going for? How much are they going for? $700 a week rent. That's sold. Listed, not sold. Listed, not sold. Ooh, boy. Someone's been trying to sell. Anyway, guys. Anyway. So, what else? What else is in here? So, the Ernest Body Corporate Management. Avani Broadbeach Residence is a mixed-use building in which Minor Hotels operates the hotel component on behalf of apartment owners and does not have any ownership of the building. Minor Hotels has been working to relocate impacted hotel guests or offer a full refund if preferred, and has put in place a stop sell on hotel rooms until the situation is rectified. Ernest Body Corporate Management is the appointed strata manager, acknowledges the effect this situation is having on residents, and supporting the body corporate by working with the committee, insurance broker, and lawyer to ensure the necessary work is undertaken to get the property functioning as fast and as safely as possible. The focus is to ensure the safety and well-being of all occupants and doing everything in our power in collaboration with the body corporate to resolve these issues. Wouldn't they have the sinking fund and just be able to draw upon that to pay for this work and get it done and not dick around with this? Can someone with a better understanding of this sector let me know? Multiplex, they've been contacted by the building management and is aware of the incident at Avani Broadbeach. We understand is working directly with the residents regarding out-of-warranty appliances that may have led to the incident. We appreciate the impact this would have on residents and guests. Yeah, it's not their problem. It's the defects liability period has passed. Well, let's have a bit of a chat about this one, guys? I think this is just going to be increasing my fear of ever buying an apartment. I mean, it's. I remember I did the Q ride motorcycle course years ago to learn how to ride a motorcycle, and they said never buy a secondhand one because you're always buying into other people's problems, and that's what this feels like. I mean, that's the challenge. You bought in. How would you even know that there's a defect like this that's been apparently known for some time? At least this is what the condition that they're arguing. But what an insurance inspector would say should be known is different to what the body corporate might actually know. And we were working on one job, and this body corporate had paid for fire safety inspections every year. They get out and everything get inspected, and they're paying for all this stuff. And we found detectors that weren't hooked up, that weren't doing anything. It was a joke. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. Thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.